No, I don't. I'm not famous, so I don't feel like the panda in the zoo. I feel like whatever animal in the zoo that people want to see. Okay, whichever animal that people want to see. The one nice thing about being the Messiah is the kids. The way the kids treat you. The kids are very hi, and they give you these looks, and that's the nicest thing about being the Messiah is the kids. The reaction you get from the kids, even if it's on a subconscious level. It's not always consistent, though, no, because when you get extremist, um, the extremists teach their kids to treat you like you're a pervert or a really bad person, and then the kids, accept their parents' training, and so they see you and they give you, and that happens. It's rare, and even in this murdering sack of suds, sack of shit town, yes, it's very rare. Okay. I think it's more of a respect thing. I think that the parents are terrified of me if they're complete self. For a while there, I got some kids that were, that was like 10 years back. That doesn't happen as much anymore. Now they're just more, okay, he's a scary person. He gets people killed. It's like, no, you get people killed. I'm the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer. Go fuck yourself. Okay. Have a nice day. Okay. You don't, you're a liar. Right. Okay. See, so yeah, that's what, yeah, I know they're not going to have a nice day. They're liars. Liars aren't going to have a nice day. You can't have a nice day when you're a liar. Okay. You're running around, worrying, I'm a serious man. I don't think we should take life for a joke. And I don't worry about political ideologies and fading economies. We should be praising God before our time is done. He was focused on Haile Selassie, and he did a lot of research and trying to understand. A lot of these people try to be like Haile Selassie. Okay, Haile Selassie is the Messiah. Okay. Haile Selassie was born to be the Messiah. People were looking from hope from genocide operations and had genealogy of him being the line of, you know, John the Baptist and and King Solomon and there was a lot of he was put into a position he had no choice. He had desperate people doing desperate things, and he's the line of that. And there is people that are the line of these people. You got to understand the thing of the line of Solomon is very consistent. Like I told Patrick, I'm a science experiment. It's like, Patrick, did you go? Okay, go look at the conception of King Solomon, Jesus, or son. Sorry, go look at the line of King Solomon. Okay, and how was he conceived? Okay, was that like the best of wow, there was a girl, there was a boy? No, it was nothing like that. It was a assassination plot. It was yeah, it was a very difficult situation when Bathsheba was out there and stuff. So it was a very difficult situation. It wasn't put together by two parents. Oh, look, there's no. And even like when you look at Cinderella, you got a girl who's there's people fighting over stately chateaus and stuff. That's not romantic. When you have rich people opulently being served and participating in mass murder of the poor, and then a woman who's part of that aristocratic thing gets manipulated into a situation where she's treated like a poor person, and then she gets saved by the rich guy who's an aristocrat who sends poor people off to mass murder to keep his social position. So that's not romantic at all. It's just like, what's romantic about that? Absolutely nothing. That's why you have those. The prince in me, it's like he's not a crowd aristocrat with his okay, or she, like a warm December. She's an African princess, which means she comes from people that are genocidal, aggressive, violent class warfare operators. She's going to marry you, just an everyday motorcycle rider, right? So when you look at it now, when I look at that movie, it's like it's not nearly as romantic and stuff as I thought it was. No, not at all. Okay, there's nothing romantic about people that will mass murder poor people to establish class warfare in a social position. There's nothing like, oh, I admire that person. It's like, look at the animal in the zoo. Okay, that's a crocodile. That it's just, here, we take this. It's a log puller. Where's the beaver? We need the beaver. So do you understand? From Lady and the Tramp when he tries to get the alligator crocodile to take the muzzle off. It's funny. You just shut up, for funny. And so, but this place is just totally fucked, and the people on TV are totally fucked. And there's too late to turn back now. There's no looking back now. We're too full blown into the apocalypse, and they're too full blown into torturing me to get people that accept the torture. Only my dial is shrunk. It hurt you in the pocketbook. The money's not real. Okay, this is New Mexico, and I was born here. I'm the Messiah. I've been on social media. Okay. Getting my balls beat in the dirt by the local authorities on Facebook and YouTube there's really no excuse from word of mouth to, the Messiah's in Cruces. His name's Earl. Well, family calls him Earl. It's Ralph Earl Parsons Jr. Click, click, click. Hear the NASCAR's revving up. Yeah, he's from New Mexico. His name's Ralph Earl Parsons. It's Tennessee on the Rio Grande. But it's a cool thing. It's a living thing, not a terrible thing to lose. That's ELO. Yeah. Oh, my brother-in-law and my sister stopped listening to them because their Pentecostal pastor said they were devil music like years ago. I was like, ELO? Yeah, because they have, okay. You think if you played Amy Grant and Michael W. Smith backwards, that it might say something like My Sweet Satan or something? Yeah, you never know. Have you tried listening to their records backwards? See if there's any subliminal message that talk about, helter-skeltering or kill the white people, but buy my record first, I don't know. Seems a little paranoid. Listen to it backwards. Listen to it forward. Okay. Stairway to Heaven. Okay. It's about a lady buying drugs, and it's not a good idea, and you shouldn't do it. Bridge Over Troubled Water. It's about people buying drugs, and it's not the answer. Strawberry Fields Forever. It's about people shooting up drugs. Not the answer. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Let It Be. It's about people going to get drugs to try to survive. It's not the answer. It's not subliminal. It's just telling you don't do drugs. And what do you have done today? You should vote for me for president, and I will make sure you get a really affordable price on your drugs to survive hell. Yay! Right? Are you serious? Yeah. Okay. You think the people voting in those elections, filling up those stadiums, might have a little bit of brain damage from drugs? There's like a bunch of people that, keep doing crack cocaine, keep doing cocaine to be a catcher in the Major League Baseball and turn his back on a cop and say, the only reason why I'm an all-star catcher and everything, set with his back to Officer Sinister, I think it was. He told us he gave a thing about drugs, and the guy came in the front of the room, sat in front of everybody, turned his chair around and watched the audience the whole time he gave the talk. And he asked him afterwards, he goes, what the hell? He tells an officer of the court, the only thing, I'm the best in the league, and the only thing that makes me one of the best in the league is cocaine. So he tells an officer of the court, because he's a multimillionaire for a billion corporation. Wow, yeah, talk about arrogance, huh? Whoa. And the cops apparently couldn't bring him down. That's why I said the thing I said about Otani. Okay. Yeah, if it's a kid from New Mexico State or something like that making bets on the games, he gets caught, he gets banned for life. He's not, but it's Otani, he's the league. It was just interpreted, did it? It was that damn liar. He was a damn liar. It seems pretty, Japanese to do. No, it just does not fit in the culture for him to do that. It fits in the culture for him to take one for hoodoo. Yeah, take one for the hoo-ha. That fits. But him having a gambling problem and taking advantage of his boss that's so powerful he could kill him, it's not very Japanese at all. You guys obviously don't understand Japanese people, but that's okay. We'll talk about that later. But and then there's Earl. No respect. Another thing too, guys, if there is any kind of, the whole thing with NASA, people tell me I'd be afraid of what's in space, if and then they had the thing about the bug people, the gravity and all that stuff. Gravity doesn't go together in the way for people that a life form like that to sustain life and use this planet as like a home base. Okay, this planet is our. Yeah, we have a covenant with this planet, a holy covenant with this planet, and this planet you can evolve carbon-based life forms that are humanoid that can love one another through sexual reproduction as opposed to have a queen and survive and then attack and stuff. And if you watch animals and bugs and the way that they act as opposed to human beings, when human beings act like animals and bugs, it's like we're not, it could be a symbiotic relationship to an attacking force that comes and tries to manipulate us to make us behave like roaches and bugs. Okay, that's why you have so many stories about the roach with the Men in Black and so forth, and then the War of the World things with the organic and us being grosser. It's like no, they would be able to survive grosser conditions than us, but what sustains our planet wouldn't be the same as a red sun with a thick gravity. Do you see what I'm saying? And then they would be a threat to the entire existence of any planets that symbiotically support life that come together with those kind of things. So destroying our planet like Alderaan that's a bad imagination thing, and that's their girls gone wild, and so they're not the Messiah. I'm the Messiah. We'll talk later. We'll cover more of this stuff intellectually because I'm more intelligent than most people, but I think that should be obvious by now. It's just your local panda at the zoo. I have more people see me as the Lion King, but I look like the panda because they try to poison the Lion King to feel like a lion. So it's not cool, but I am. So all right, love you, peace.